In the previous video, we have discussed regarding the need to be investing and also why actually one should be having a basic financial knowledge at least, right? And also in the previous video, we have discussed about starting a series on stock market. So today in this video, I will be giving you a very short explanation regarding what are stocks, what are stock market, what is stock brokers, and regarding stock exchanges. And also I will be discussing regarding the participants of market and also the regulators. If at all you think it's a lot of topic, don't worry, I will be keeping it simple. Hi, this is Kenj from Million Dots. And initially, let me just start with what are stocks. So for that, we initially go to the screen so that we can understand or I can explain you in a much better way regarding what is stocks and regarding its aspects. So let's get to the screen. So let us initially consider this rectangle piece you see here is a stock. So let us consider it is Tata Motors, okay? Let us consider it's a Tata Motors stock. And also let us consider this small rectangle piece is 10% of Tata Motors. Okay, so whole of the big rectangle is the stock and this small box is a 10%. And also let us consider Tata Motors is 1000 crore worth. So obviously the 10% will be 100 crore worth. Alright, so now Tata Motors is in a dilemma. Tata Motors is having a problem. The problem is Tata Motors need money either to clear their debts or to project or to fund for a new project. Okay, so basically for two reasons, that is either to clear the debt or to create funding for a new project, Tata is in need of money. So approximately Tata needs 100 crore. Okay, it's 100 crore. So basically Tata needs 100 crore and Tata has its whole company of 1000 crore worth and a 10% of 100 crore here. So now Tata, in order to raise 100 crore, is planning to sell 10% of their company. So what happens? Basically, if at all they are planning to sell their 10%, Tata get to understand there is three different options for them. So the first option would be bank. Okay, so basically Tata can go and keep this 10% as collateral and get the fund from the bank. That is number one option. Number two option is private entities. So what is this private entities? Tata can sell this 10% to Reliance or to Aditya Birla or any of such kind of private entities. And the third option Tata actually have is IPO. O stands for initial public offering. So basically Tata has these three options, but Tata is always interested in IPO. Why? That is a question, right? So basically what is IPO? IPO is a process of taking a private company to public. Okay, IPO actually take a private company and process it and keep it public. Public in the sense which will be able to get listed on stock exchange and people like us can buy and sell the stocks. So obviously Tata Motors or any other company would love to go to IPO. The reason is that first thing, IPO, what IPO actually does, IPO will convert it into small pieces of shares and give it to the public, right? So in such case, obviously Tata Motors would love to do that because it's a very big advertisement scheme, right? Actually, a lot of people is actually going to get to know about IPO or about Tata Motors or that particular company. Or the people who are buying the shares will be well-wishers of that company, and obviously it's a very big advertisement scheme. Okay, the second thing is reputation. A company which is listed in IPO or listed in stock market is high in reputation. So in such cases, Tata Motors would love to give it to IPO. Okay. So Tata Motors cannot just go to IPO and give the process and etc. Because IPO has IPO in the sense IPO actually need certain credentials to be followed if the company has to be listed in IPO. So what IPO does is IPO check Tata Motors, like if at all he is eligible to go for IPO. And if IPO find Tata Motors is eligible, what they does is that they'll be ready for the deal. So let me just tell you that I will be explaining you in not a literal concept, but I'll be explaining in much of a easy understanding way. Okay. So what IPO does is IPO will be ready to give 100 crores to Tata Motors so that Tata Motors can use that money as they have thought. And what IPO does is IPO will take that stocks and keep it in a vessel. It's a vessel, okay? It's a vessel or a small plate. So basically, IPO will be keeping these stocks in this vessel. Okay, so I'll tell the name of the vessel and etc. Okay, let's consider. So what IPO does is IPO is taking 10%, that is 100 crore worth shares of Tata Motors, and they have around 100 crore worth product right now. So what IPO does is IPO break down this or keep it into small pieces. Let us consider in this case, IPO is breaking down it into 1 crore small pieces. Okay, IPO is just breaking down it into small pieces. Let us say 1 crore piece. Okay, so that you know for each piece it will be 100 rupees, right? For each piece it will be 100 rupees. So here in this case, this single piece we call as stock or share. Okay, so this single piece we call it as a stock or a share, and as a whole it is the process actually. So basically a company which is having a whole of it, which is planning to give a small percentage of company to public, and by the process of IPO is giving it into public in this way. So in this vessel it is actually, we call it as stock exchange. Okay, stock exchange, it is a place where the stocks are listed. Okay, it's a place where stocks are listed. So in this place you can see that at a single minute piece we call it as stock, and a person who hold at least a single piece of it, which means that a person like you and me, if at all we buy a single stock at least for 100 rupees or something, we are directly connected to the company, and we are privileged to get a lot of corporate benefits, including dividends, and like dividends in the sense it's a kind of profit share you get for what you hold. Even it is 100 rupees, you will be getting something out of it, right? Because it's a company will be having profits out of it. Even that itself you will be getting it as a privilege. So basically this is a whole cycle of stock market, and that's how a stock, like that's the easiest way I guess that I can explain you what stocks are. The next question would be, what is stock market? We got to understand that what are stocks, right? A minute piece of company which is get into public with the help of IPO process, right? So what is actually stock market? Stock market in the sense, I'll explain in the easiest way. You go to a grocery mart, right? You go to a supermarket to buy grocery, right? To buy this and that and etc. The similar way you go to stock market to buy stocks. Okay? As you know, stock market is not in the brick and mortar form. Actually, it is in an electronic form, right? You cannot go to a physical place. It's an electronic form, and also you cannot access stock market directly. Instead of that, you have to have a registered intermediate, that is stock broker. Okay, so the thing is like this. Here you will have the stock market, and this is you. If at all you need to access stock market, you need stock broker in between. So you go to stock broker, and stock broker will be going to stock market and purchasing the stock for you and give it to you, obviously, right? So this is the whole process of stock market as well. And now we have spoke about what is stock brokers, right? Basically stock broker is a registered intermediate who stand in between stock market and us, or the person who have a stock and us. Okay, so basically stock broker is a person who stand in between a buyer and a seller and who facilitate the transaction. Got it, right? So basically stock broker is a person who stand in between buyer and seller, and stock broker will be giving you a lot of information about stock, the previous price of stock, the fundamentals of stocks, and a lot more. Okay, and you go to stock broker will find the person who have the stock you need. So he is a person who stand in between and facilitate the transaction. Okay, so obviously it's just like a real estate broker who does the part. Okay, a real estate broker does the broking thing because he want to get a piece of brokerage, right? The similar way, the stock broker also need a piece of brokerage for every transactions we make. So that is what the business that stock broker does. Okay. So now we know what is a stock actually, what is a stock market, and who are stock brokers, right? Now let me just talk about stock exchanges. So in the previous thing when I was explaining stocks, I gave you a very rough idea what is stock exchange, right? Stock exchange is a place where stocks are listed. There is a lot of stock exchange in India. The two major stock exchanges, NSE, National Stock Exchange, and BSE, Bombay Stock Exchange. There is a lot of regional stock exchanges including Cochin Stock Exchange, Madras Stock Exchange, etc. But we are not considering about that because we will be trading as well as we will be considering about two major stock exchanges, which are NSE and BSE. Okay. So basically NSE and BSE are the major stock exchanges and both have a lot of companies listed in it, and new companies over the IPO process is getting listed in NSE and BSE. So you got the idea that too as well, right? Now what we have to talk about is regarding the participants of market. Right, you and me, if at all we have a trading account in stockbrokers account, we can be participants, right? So out of which there is five types of participants mainly. So let me just give you a very short description about that. Okay, so the first one would be domestic retail participants. Domestic retail participants in the sense the domestic people like you and me are the retail participants of stock market. Okay, that is a participant number one. The participant number two is NRI, non-resident Indians. That is actually the citizens of India itself, but those people who are working outside or staying outside India. Okay, NRIs, you know, the people who are like not in India, who are not living in India, but they are citizens of Indians. So those are NRIs, and NRIs also can participate in stock market, and that is another set of participants. The third set of participants is domestic institutions. Domestic institutions in the sense the institutions which are in India itself, which handle fund, which includes LIC and different corporates we know. So that is a participant of stock market. And the fourth participant is AMC. Okay, AMC in the sense it is SBI mutual funds, hedge funds, etc. All those kind of people are called AMC. So basically AMC is a participants of stock market. They actually invest their money in stock market. They actually hedge their money in stock market. Okay, so whole of their funds actually reside in stock market. And the fifth type would be foreign institutional investor, FII, so foreign institutional investors, which are hedge fund managers, AMCs outside India, etc. Actually they are foreign bodies which participate in Indian market with huge funds. Okay, so these are the five major participants in stock market we have right now. So while discussing, you seems to have it's a very vast area and it have a lot of aspects, participants, etc. right? So don't worry, you need somebody to be regulating this, right? If at all you and me is putting our hard-earned money in this market, we have to understand who actually will be regulating these things, right? Because a lot of fraudulent activities can happen in market, but it is all regulated by SEBI, Securities Exchange Board of India. Okay, so SEBI actually it is like basically the objective of SEBI is to promote the development of stock exchanges, protect investors and regulate the participants. So SEBI will be regulating everything, the participants, the investors, the stock markets and its process, etc. will be completely regulated and protected by SEBI, Security Exchange Board of India. Okay, so while hearing all of these things regarding stock market, stock exchanges, stock brokers, participants and a lot more, if at all you are feeling it complicated, okay, if at all you feel like it is complicated, no worries, I will be keeping it always simple and I will be explaining you bit by bit in the most easiest way that you could understand. Okay, so in the coming videos, you will be learning more about stock markets itself. So see you guys on the next video. Stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.